Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Keith here again, and in this video I'm going to show you just a few tips and tricks, and we're on Windows 10, and we're basically just going to move around a little bit just to explore just a few things, and then in a future video I'll take and go more in depth on specific items like, for example, File Explorer. Windows Explorer, we'll move through that and see what we can get into. So the first thing I want to do to get started here is I want to show you the taskbar. So the taskbar is just a place for you to pin items. They are like applications, and you can quickly access them from that location. Okay, so the way to get here is to hold down your Windows key and press T.
Windows T, File Explorer button.
Okay, and the first item it says out loud to you is in position 1 in your taskbar. So to move through these items, you can right arrow.
Mail button.
We hear Mail.
File Explorer button.
And we're back to File Explorer. So I only have 2 applications in here, 2 items in here. So what I want to do is first show you how to pin an item to the taskbar. Then I want to show you a quick way you can get these applications up and running. So the first thing I'm going to do is Microsoft Word. So I always find Word in my start menu, so I'm going to go there.
Search box edit.
Type Word.
D word comma app comma.
Alright, it pulls it right on up. I'm going to do a applications key, or you can do Shift F10.
Applications context menu.
Now I'm a down arrow and I'm looking for pin to taskbar.
Blank. Run as administrator. Blank. Open file look. Blank. Unpin from start. Blank. Pin to taskbar form.
Okay, pin to that taskbar. We're going to press enter.
Enter. Search box edit. Word. Type a text.
Okay, so now I'm going to escape out of there.
Escape. File Explorer.
And we're going to hit Windows T to get back to our taskbar.
Windows T.
Alright, so it's already got us in there. Now if I right arrow,
Mail button.
we hear Mail.
Word button.
Word, okay, so it's got it in there.
File Explorer.
So now, whenever I told you that whatever application or item is announced, when you move to your taskbar, that's in position 1, I told you that because we can access these items based off of their number position. So we just added Microsoft Word to position 3. Now, first I'm going to unpin Microsoft Word, and then I'm going to show you how you can open, let's say, Mail. So first I'll show you, if you right arrow to here, the application you want to take off.
Mail button. Word button.
Alright, and you hit the applications key, or Shift F10.
Applications. Items list box. Recent unavailable.
And you down arrow.
Web dev client. Question my resume. Dropbox underline. Email out. Content. Sales. Online. Build a website maintenance. End. Build a on sale. Email. Drop my web 9.
Hang on one
Windows T.
second.
Running File Explorer button. Mail button. Word button.
Let's get back over here and applications.
Applications. Items list. Web dev client 9. List box. Word. Items list box. Recent unavailable. Website. Build a website. Dash. Web list box. Word. Applications. Menu open. To run as unpin from start.
There it is. So it didn't have the focus the first time. I had to get it focused, but so you hit the applications key, and you're looking for unpin from taskbar.
Unpin from taskbar. U.
All right, so there it is. All you have to do is press U as well if you just want to get to it as a shortcut.
Enter. Leaving menus. List box. Word. 1.
All right, so we unpinned it. Let's go back to our taskbar. Windows T.
Windows T. File Explorer. Mail button. File Explorer.
Okay, and we hear it's gone. We right arrow through the list and it's gone. So
Escape.
now what I want to show you is, if you heard, File Explorer is in position 1 and Mail is in position 2. So if we go off of that, we can hold down the Windows key and press 2, and it will open our Mail application. So I'm going to hold down Windows key and press 2.
Windows 2. Message list. Messages multi-select list box. PH get flip.
Okay, so if I read the title,
Mail.
you hear it opened up Mail for us. Okay, so
Alt F4. Mail.
the next thing I want to show you is actually in the File Explorer itself.
Alt Tab.
So we're going to hit Windows 1 to open that.
Windows 1. File Explorer. Items view multi-select.
Okay, so the one thing I would suggest doing when you're in your File Explorer is making sure that you have it to where you hear the extensions read aloud. So the main thing is you want them to be shown because it really helps whenever you have two files that are like if you create a Microsoft Word document and you write it up, make it look nice, and then you want to move it or print it as a PDF. And that means that there's going to be two files in that location with the same name, just different extensions. But you want to see them. So if you hit your Alt key to get to the menu up top, we're going to the ribbon.
File tab button drop.
All right, it takes us to the file. We right arrow till you hear View.
Upper ribbon. Ribbon tabs tab. Home tab. Share tab. View tab.
All right, we hear View. I'm going to press Enter on this.
Enter. Paint toolbar. Group.
All right, so now from here you want to tab until you hear the file extension. So let's see.
Tab. Preview page but tab. Details page tab. Layout tool tab. Current view tab. Group by button tab. Add columns but tab. Size all col tab. Show / hide tab. File name extension shift tab.
So it's the show / hide section. And if I tab one more time.
Tab. File name extensions checkbox checked.
All right, so my file name extensions is checked. So you want to make sure this is checked. You can simply press spacebar. So I'm going to uncheck it and then recheck it just to show.
Space, leaving menus, unavailable. Space, not selected desktop, not selected desktop.
Alright, so as soon as I hit spacebar on it, it took me out of it. I'm going to go back into it.
Search, escape, file explorer, item.
Hit the Alt key and then right arrow till you hear View.
Upper, check, view tab.
I'm going to hit Enter on this and then tab till I find.
Tab, layout tab, current tab, group by button tab, add col tab, size all tab, show / hide toolbar, tab, file name extensions checkbox not checked.
Alright, so as soon as I hit spacebar on it, it unchecked it and took it away. So I'm going to hit spacebar on it again to check it.
Space, leaving menus.
Alright, and it leaves the menus. So now I'm going to go to
desktop.
My documents. We'll go to my desktop.
Enter. Desktop. Python. Daily Totos. DailyTotos.txt.
Alright, you hear dailytotos.txt, and then the
Daily
one
Toto.
above it is an actual folder. Okay, so that's got our file extension showing now. So the next thing I want to show you is when you're in your documents and you are trying to select more than one item when you want to delete. So let's go back to documents. So from the File Explorer here, I can I went right into documents from the what's called the recent view of the File Explorer. So I can just hit the backspace key and it'll take me back a directory.
Shell folder view, items view, list box read only to move.
Alright, so now it's got me back in this recent view, so I can press D to find documents.
D, downloads, D, documents.
And you can press enter here.
Enter, documents, items view.
Okay, it'll take you into them.
Test doc, default.r.
Now, before I show you how to select and deselect, let's create a couple files. So first I'm going to show you how to create a folder. Alright, so the way you deselect whenever you want to create a new folder is hold down Control and hit space.
Control space.
Alright, it deselects the item you're
Not
on.
selected, default dot.
See, I read the current line, not selected. Hit your applications key or Shift F10.
Applications, context menu.
Alright, you arrow up. You're looking for new submenu.
Properties, new submenu.
Alright, it's right there. We press enter on it.
Enter, folder F.
Alright, in here you have quite a few items you can check. We'll look at them in just a second. So we're going to create a new folder. Press enter.
Enter, leaving menus, documents.
Alright, so immediately opens it up. It calls it new folder, highlights that, and then it now is wanting you to name it yourself. So we're going to name it YouTube vid. Press enter.
YouTube vid, enter. Items view.
Alright, so we press enter to get into it.
Enter, YouTube vid.
Now, to create a new file, we're going to do, there's nothing in here, so all we have to do is hit applications.
Applications.
So Shift F10, and then up arrow to new submenu.
Property, new sub, enter, folder F.
Alright, so we can down arrow through here. They give you quite a few options.
Shortcut S. Microsoft Access Database M. Windows Bitmap Image W. Microsoft Word Document M.
So it's got quite a few. I'm going to hit T for text file, so it's just like a notepad file, just plain text.
T menu bar, leaving menu.
Alright, so it creates it and then highlights the name so I can change it. So I'm going to say new file 1, press enter.
New file 1, enter.
Alright, so another thing we can do here, we're going to copy this and paste it twice and then rename those two. So we copy, make sure it's selected. You can control space.
Control space.
And then read your current line.
Not selected, new file 1.
Alright, it's not selected. Control space to select.
Control space, new file 1.t.
Alright, so now we can hit the Control C to copy. Now Control V to paste.
New
And
file
we'll do
1.
it twice.
Not selected, new file.
Alright,
New file
so
1. New file 1.txt.
now we've got the original.
New file 1 dash copy dot.
Alright, we've got the copy, first copy. I'm going to rename it by it's selected, and I'm going to hit the applications key.
Applications, context.
I'm going to up arrow to rename.
Properties, rename M.
You can also hit M to get to it.
M, leaving menus, Yahoo bit, items.
Alright, so as soon as you hit that, it highlights the name. Now we're gonna name it new file 2.
New file 2, enter.
Okay, and we're gonna do the same process to
New
the
file
other
1.txt.
copy.
New file 1 dash copy left click.
Alright, so we have the copy, we need
Applications,
applications, up arrow twice,
Property, rename M.
rename, hit
Enter,
enter.
leaving menus, M.
Alright, we're gonna say new file 3, press
New file
enter.
3, enter. Item.
Alright, so now we're gonna review.
Home, new file 1.
If I hit home, it takes me to the top of my list, a down arrow,
New file 2.t. New file 3.
and then the first one was,
Home, new file 1.txt.
okay, so now I want to show you how to select multiple items. So right now I can hold down control, hit spacebar,
Control space.
and it's going to deselect the item I'm on. So I want to select 2 of these, but I only want to select new file 1 and new file 3. So I'm holding down control still, and you hold it down the entire time, and you hit spacebar to select.
Control space, new file 1.txt.
Alright, so we've selected new file 1. Now we do not let go of control, and now we can just down arrow.
Not selected, new file 2.txt.
Okay, you hear not selected new file 2, and I'm still holding control and I down arrow again.
Not selected, new file 3.txt.
Alright, so there's the other file we want to select. Now we just hit space. And remember, we're still holding down control.
Control space, new file 3.txt.
Okay, so now this one is selected. We can let go of control now, because now these 2 are selected. You don't want to hit the arrow keys or nothing. Your next action is either going to be to copy. You can cut these items from here, or you can delete. So we're actually going to press delete.
Items
And then-
to multi-select list box, not selected.
Okay, so you hear it refreshes, and then the item, it makes sure it's not selected.
Not selected, new file 2.
And that's new file 2. We're going to hit home to get to the top.
Home, new file 2.txt.
Okay, so now I'm going to down arrow, and there's nothing in here. It's just new file 2. Okay, so let's see. One more. We'll do 2 more things. The first thing is to show you how I got how I like to have my items displayed to me in File Explorer. So whenever you're in a folder, you can actually deselect, so control space.
Control space, not selected, new.
Okay, so we can hit the applications key.
Applications, context menu to navigate. Press up.
Alright, we're going to read the current line on the first menu it put us on.
View sub menu.
Alright, this is view sub menu. So we want to right arrow on this.
Extra large icons.
Okay, so we're going to down arrow through this until we hear details.
Large icon, medium light, small light, list L. Details checked D.
Okay, so it's already checked. Now what details means is it means it's going to list them in a list view from top to bottom, and then we are going to be able to right arrow on the folder or file to be able to see information about it. So and if you press enter on this,
Enter, leaving menus, Yahoo.
okay, and it just goes away and it does it for you. Now to list them in a specific order, let's say descending, ascending, and then or what date they were created or the last time they were manipulated in any way, you can make sure your item is deselected.
Not selected. No file to.
Okay, we're not selected, so we hit the applications key.
Applications.
We down arrow one time.
Sort by submenu. Oh.
We have a sort by submenu, right arrow.
Name check 10.
Okay, so we have name check. Now you can check multiple items.
Date modified. D.
Let's see.
Space. Name check 10. Date modified. Type T.
Oh, I'm
Sort by
sorry,
submenu.
that was wrong.
Name check.
You cannot select multiple items. So mine right now are just sorted by name.
Date modified. Type T. Size S. Ascending check A.
Oh, yes, you can. So they're sorted by name and they are ascending.
Descending D. More dot dot dot.
So-
Ascend. Size S. Type T. Control space. Date type T.
So we'll do it
Date
by
modified D.
date modified.
Enter. Leaving menus. Yosh.
And then we'll open that menu
Applications,
back up by applications and down arrow.
Sort by sub.
And then right arrow.
Name N.
Okay.
Date modified check D.
So what it is name, date modified,
Type T.
type,
Size S.
and size
Ascending A.
are
Descending check.
okay, and it's got descending check now, which means it's just going off of, I'm pretty sure these are two separate groups, so I'm not 100% sure. This is the first time I actually went in depth and looked at them like this, so, but that's pretty cool how they give you, that's basically like a default, I guess, and then you can choose
Ascending A.
to
Enter.
have
Leaving
them
menus.
ascending. So I pressed enter on the ascending,
No file 2.t.
and we're gonna deselect with control spacing and look at it again.
Applications. Context menu.
Applications key,
Sort by submenu. O.
sort.
Name N.
Now we're gonna down arrow.
Date modified check to D.
So the date modified is still
Type.
checked,
Size S. Ascending check.
and now ascending is checked. So we're gonna go back to name,
Top date. Name N.
hit enter.
Enter. Leaving menu.
Go
Application.
back
Sort
and
by
look at
submenu.
it.
Name. Date modified. Type. Size. Ascending check. A.
All right, so name is checked, and then it just automatically chooses ascending for us, and then we have to make the choice to change that. Okay, so
Escape. Sort by sub. Escape.
the last thing I wanted to show you is the little status bar down at the bottom right. So to get to that, you would do Windows B as in Bravo.
Windows B. Notification chevron.
Now, what this little area down here in the bottom right is a place where you see your time, your date, your battery power. If you're on a laptop, you'll see your network connection, your notifications, and then it's also a place where you can store, where it puts little application menus and things like that you might have open and running. So to navigate through this, you can just right arrow.
Action center button. 93% of at 3 QE85 speaker / headphone : 1 system clock, 5:4 action center button to activate notification.
Okay, we come back to notifications. So the two things that I use the most here is this notification area and then the action center. So it's weird because you don't really get notifications in there. Well, where it says notifications, you get them in the action center for like mail and any Google Chrome pop-ups or if you do a security scan or anything like that. So we will, if you're on the notification,
Action notification chevron button to
it says notification chevron button, we can hit enter on this.
enter.
Okay, now it brings up another menu. It doesn't really give you much of an idea of how it separates, but you can down arrow, up arrow, right arrow, or left arrow through this. But see, if I left arrow,
No unread messages button.
it starts to move me through it,
93%.
and then if I
Notification.
right arrow, it just goes across the actual just bar. So this little menu that it's got popped open, these are little things that you might have running already on your computer. Like I use a VPN firewall for whenever I log into work. So I have it here, it's already open, and I just right click it and then I'm able to log in. So Skype sits over here, iCloud Drive, things like that. So we're not really going to go through it, because just a note, it can be different each time you move into it. So sometimes I have to go into it multiple times just to get it to do what I need it to. So we're actually going to hit enter on the same place we open this.
Enter.
That way, so we shut it down. We're going to left arrow,
Action center.
because this is what I really want to show you, the action center. So If you press enter on this,
Enter.
and then
Action center.
it'll open up, and you hit tab, and then you hit home.
Home.
If there's notifications here, you will move to the top of them, and then you can down arrow and use tab to maneuver these. So it's a great thing to have whenever you have a pop-up for your security or something like that, or mail. You can quickly get to a new email. Let's see, what I believe that's all I want to do in this video. Just that's a few small things. I guess one more thing is the start menu. You hit your Windows key,
Search box.
and it opens your start menu. This gives you a search box. Now you can basically find whatever you want from here. This is how I open a lot of my applications and things like that. One thing is you can tab
Start list.
one time. So this is going to give you like a list we'll go through.
User account. Toggle start navigation menu items.
So we can toggle, this is our start menu, and we can toggle these items to be shown or not shown, but we're going to down arrow through them. This is another place where you can quickly add things to get to them.
User account for Keith Blackwilder. Documents. Pictures. Settings. Power.
Alright, you see it goes through, and then the last two things are settings and power. You press enter on power, and then you're going to get your power options for you to be able to shut down or restart, sign out. From here, you can press tab.
Tab. All apps checked. All apps.
And this is going to give you a list of all the applications on your computer. So you can navigate to each alphabetical letter by just pressing it on your keyboard, and it'll give you that section, and then you can navigate through those items. So, for example, if I just down arrow one time,
iTunes.
I see iTunes, but that's recent. Now if I hit W,
Pin tiles list box. All apps checked. All apps. Wild weather.
alright, it takes me to the first W, which is weather. So,
Wild tangent games app dash 8 Windows accessories folder comma collect.
alright, so in here you can have folders, and in these folders you press spacebar,
Space Windows accessories folder comma expanded.
and you hear expanded. Now you can down arrow.
3D builder 1 of 15. Character map.
And you hear 3D builder 1 of 15. That kind of lets you know you've got 15 here. So if we go
Internet math input notepad paint print quick remote snip steps Windows fax and Windows media player
All right.
Windows steps recorder
so it goes to the last one, and then you hear
Windows fax and scan.
Windows fax and scan. You just kind of have to pay attention there to make sure that you know when you're back in the list. I just counted through the 15. But if you now, I've never really gone any further over right, and this is what I'm talking about future videos. You know, I can go deeper into detail into each section, like the Microsoft Store and stuff like that. So, and let me know if that's something you want to see for sure, because that makes me more inclined to do it, and I put more time to that area, especially right now whenever we got a newborn on the way, and then I'm working Monday through Friday. So, you know, let me know if you like these videos with a thumbs up, and then if you're new here, please subscribe. I'll have more videos like this coming out in the future, and I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Stay safe.